This is Pet Life Radio. Let's talk pets.
This show is brought to you by TrapKing Brands, the makers of Zymox and Oratine.
It's Oh Behave with Arden Moore, the show that teaches you how to have harmony in the household with your pets. Join Arden as she travels coast to coast to help millions better understand why cats and dogs do what they do. Get the latest scoop on famous faces, their perfectly pampered pets, and who's walking who in Rin Tin Tinseltown. From famous pet experts and best-selling authors to television and movie stars, you'll get the latest buzz from wagging tongues and tails, garner great pet tips, and have a doggone fur-flying fun time. So get ready for the pause and applause as we unleash your Oh Behave host, America's pet edutainer, Arden Moore.
Welcome to the Oh Behave Show on Pet Life Radio. I'm your host, Arden Moore. Our special guest today absolutely proves my belief. Yep, real men love cats. This dude really does. He lives for receiving headbutts and slow blinks from cats in need. And oh yeah, he just helped create a new dating app for cat lovers. Meow! You know him as TrapKing, the rapper turned trapper as in a humane trapping of cats. Please give pause and applause to the remarkable Sterling TrapKing Davis. Welcome to the show, Sterling.
Hey, how you doing? How y'all doing? Thanks for having me.
I feel like I was a prize fighter announcer just then. What do you think?
That was amazing. That intro was off the chain. I love it.
Hey, guys. Sterling, you were in the Navy. We're going to talk a little bit about that. You've been in a rap group, but now you reign as TrapKing, a champion for cats in need. I love this. Your mission is to give what? It starts with a V.
To start with a V, I was ready for C, compassion.
Okay, but voice for the...
Voiceless. Yeah. Voice for the voiceless.
Yeah. So everybody, you're going to learn much more after we take this commercial break. So sit and purr. We'll be right back.
Time for a pause. 4 furry ones, actually. Sit and stay. Oh Behave will be right back.
Hey, pet pals, Arden Moore here. Welcome to spring and summer, the onset of itchy skin and allergy season. Is your pet dealing with itchy skin, hot spots, and even ear infections? Help is here. It is Zymox shampoo and conditioner to the rescue. Not only is this a shampoo and conditioner great for general bathing and healthy skin support, but it is the go-to shampoo and conditioner for itchy pets. Its patented enzyme formula is loaded with antibacterial and antifungal properties to ease the itch and stop the scratching. And as an added bonus, Zymox shampoos and conditioners give off a lovely, pleasant, non-medicine smell. For over 20 years, Zymox products have been helping pets find relief from many health conditions. All Zymox skin and ear products get their effectiveness from enzymes. Zymox contains no antibiotics and no petroleum byproducts, just the soothing power of enzymes. Zymox can be found at your veterinary clinic, most pet specialty stores, and online. To learn more, dash over to www.zymox.com. That's ZYMOX for your pet's sake.
Let's Talk Pets on PetLifeRadio.com. Oh Behave is back with more tail-wagging ways to achieve harmony in the household with your pets. Now back to your fetching host, America's pet edutainer, Arden Moore.
Welcome back to the Oh Behave Show on Pet Life Radio. I'm your host, Arden Moore. Our special guest today is Sterling Davis, better known as TrapKing. He created TrapKing Humane Cat Solutions, and the goal is to educate, assist, and do trap-neuter-return and a little bit of community cat management. Woo, that's a lot. Welcome to the show, Sterling.
Thank you for having me. Thank you so much. That is a lot. TNR can be a lot.
Well, I want to kind of move back the needle before all of this. So you were in the Navy. Tell us a little bit about that. And don't sing YMCA, okay?
Yeah, I was in the Navy. I went in right after high school in 1998. Wow. I was an operations specialist. And that's basically doing the radars at the bottom of the ship. And I think that's where I think it helped me become a little better with people in what I'm doing now with rescue.
Oh, really? How so?
Well, I think most cat people usually aren't people. We're usually like, let me just hang out with me and my cats. I think doing stuff like the music and military helped me be more of a people person and outgoing, so that I'm more comfortable with talking to people when I go out to neighborhoods and explain what I'm doing and why I'm doing it.
Yeah, and we're going to talk about this. Is you're going to say you do not look like some lily white crazy cat lady. This is radio, so go for it, man. Describe yourself.
Oh yeah, like you said, from rapping to trapping. So it gets kind of crazy going in some neighborhoods sometimes, and you can imagine at 1 o'clock or so in the morning, and you got a bald black guy with a beard and tattoos saying, "Hey, I'm here for the cats," and it's like. Sure you are. Sure, honey. Could you grab my gun, please? This guy said he's out here for cats, and I don't. It's kind of no way.
So how do you deal with that? Because everybody on the planet has a Ring or an Arlo, or their phone is in their hand. They're recording every little nuance happening in their neighborhood. So how do you charm people and show them you're the real deal? You are TrapKing.
It was a learning process. At first, I had to learn that I couldn't just pull up in a van and jump out with traps, that it was better that I explained to apartment complexes or HOAs exactly what I was doing before I did it. And then having the vehicle that I had, the trap van, once I really put cats all over, I wrapped it in cats and the logo. I wear my shirts, my TrapKing shirts with the cat logo on it. So after a while, it was, I would draw that attention coming into the neighborhood. So instead of looking like just some crazy guy pulling up in the van, it was more so like the ice cream truck coming through. The kids are like, "Hey, that's the cat guy. That's the cat guy. That's cool." You got to try to turn it into something positive and something fun. Sometimes rescue can be so sad and down. So I do a lot of stuff to try to keep it fun and positive as well as educational.
Well, you absolutely do. And guys, after the show, check out his website. It's trapkinghumane.org, and his Facebook and Instagram. I saw a clip. You do like doing short videos, and you do them quite well. But you had one of the amazing acro cats ringing a bell to a classroom of happy kids. Tell us about that clip.
Oh, yeah. That was my baby, Demita Joe, who was trained by the amazing acro cats. And I got to give a shout out to Samantha Martin and the amazing acro cats. That's my family, my home away from home. But what I learned with Samantha about clicker training. Okay. And with clicker training, I was able to help use basically Demita Joe, my cat, to explain how TNR works. So she goes inside the trap. It closes. People can see that the trap works and it doesn't hurt any of the kitties or anything like that. So it helps out a lot. And then
nice.
Ringing the bell, going in traps. She'll jump through some hoops. So many cute tricks that I learned, that she learned. I would have to say she's training me, that I've learned working with Samantha Martin. And it helps. It helps. Like clicker training could help with not just tricks, but engaging and bonding with your pet. And then whistle training as well. It could save a cat's life. If you're running around and you have an emergency and it's like you want to get your cats in a carrier, instead of just running around like, "Hey, Floofy, come here, Floofy, get in the carrier." You just blew a whistle and that cat went in the carrier. It'd be so much more helpful and could possibly save the cat's life. Save some time, at least, I know.
Well, we have a kitty in common, and I want you to talk a little bit about this. Sort of met each other at the Academy in January in Virginia. Julie Gross was the organizer for this great cat conference. And I've known Samantha Martin for a long, long time. And she said, "I need you to adopt this young ginger boy, Rusty." And I have discovered through talking with you, Sterling, that you have a bromance with my now 1-year-old cat. So tell me about your Rusty meets TrapKing. Details at 11.
Yeah, Rusty. Well, Samantha Martin, when she was first taking care of Rusty, when Rusty first came to the Acro Cats, I was hanging out. Me and Samantha was hanging out a lot at the Meowie Manor. So I got to spend a lot of time with Rusty when he was an itty bitty baby. I used to cuddle that little guy up underneath my beard.
Oh, nice.
It was really cute. So when she told me that you would be adopted, I'm like, okay, that's great. He's going to a forever home. But at first I was like, I don't know. I might have to keep Rusty.
We might have to have joint custody.
Right. Well, that's what happened with me and Samantha and Bowie. My baby Demita Joe, her brother Bowie, me and Samantha pretty much are co-adopted because Bowie is too cute and we kind of both foster failed.
Yeah, I call it a foster success because you knew it was a good fit. But I do thank you and Samantha for giving a good foundation to Rusty, which brings me back to whistle training. So you guys helped train Rusty to come to a whistle, to jump through a hoop, and to sit pretty. He now walks on a leash and rides a pet stroller, and I have replaced the whistle with my own whistle. And when I have a little treat jar by my sofa, and when I whistle, that cat comes from anywhere. He runs up like a circus cat, sits up and goes, I'm here, kibble, kibble, kibble. And you know what he's done? He's now trained all our dogs and other cats to come to a whistle. So I salute you.
Wow. Rusty was very smart and food motivated. So I can imagine. Yeah. I can imagine.
Oh, yeah. He doesn't talk much unless there's food. And then he does, no. So at mealtime, we have 3 dogs and 3 cats. He gets first. We get everything ready in a closed door laundry room. And I bring only one bowl out, his, and he runs with me down the hallway to the bathroom where he's got his little food mat. We have to shut that door because the others want to eat in dignity. Otherwise, he'd be flying around after our 85-pound dog's bowl or anything. So when everybody is done, you finally hear this little meow. Yeah. And I'm like, don't worry, Rusty. And we open it up and he runs around to see if there's any scraps. So he's a great, but thank you for that. But let's get back to what you're doing. And I want to get right into this. You've got a dating app with Nathan, the cat lady. Tell us a little bit about that, because that's hot news, ripped from the headlines.
Oh, yeah. My buddy Nathan, the cat lady, and I have been me and Nathan have been trying to come up with ways to work together and do stuff way before the coronavirus. And so we saw an article. I forgot where it was at when we first saw the article, and it was saying about dating apps that women were more likely to swipe left if they saw a guy with a picture of a cat in his profile. So, and a lot of people agree with that. And it was like, okay, this is bad because it's basically like, it's bad for the cat people. Like, we should be able to date too. Just because you got a bunch of cats don't mean you shouldn't be able to have love. So we started working on this. It's called Tabby Dates, and it's a dating app where cat lovers can go on there. You can also go on there. All the cats on the site are actually going to be up for adoption.
Nice.
Yeah, it's going to be an amazing app, but it's going to be for cat people. And you don't have to necessarily have a cat to get on. You probably are thinking about getting a cat soon, or you probably just like cats and you don't mind dating somebody that has cats. And it's LGBTQ friendly. Good. It's an amazing app. It's going to be pretty fun. It's going to be fun. And I'm hoping it's something that in these crazy times that could at least, if nothing else, put a smile on people's face, because we need it right now.
we absolutely do, Sterling. Hey, guys, we're talking to Trap King, Sterling Davis. We're going to take a quick commercial break. And when we come back, we're going to talk a little bit about his rapping. And he's got some great tips for folks that want to help community cats on the right way to TNR, trap-neuter-return. So sit and purr. We'll be right back.
Time for a walk on the red carpet, of course. All Behave will be back in a flash right after these messages.
Hey, pause up, everyone. This is Arden Moore, your host on the Oh Behave Show. I am so happy to yap about a new product my dog Kona got. It's called Pet Treater. Pet Treater. What's Pet Treater? It's a gift box, and it has lots of cool things like interactive toys and all natural treats and yummy other surprises. Kona is my terrier mix, as you guys know. I call her Ice Cream Kona. And when that box came, she was just tail wagging and grinning from ear to ear. And it isn't just for dogs. If you got a cat or other kinds of pets roaming around your house, please check out Pet Treater, because they'll tailor make a box for your pet. And they take into things like, does your dog or cat have any allergies? Is it a big dog or is it a little dog? So All it costs is a subscription starting as low as $15, and you and your cool pets will get to unbox new surprises month after month. And if you're good with the camera and you're proud of your pet, you can also connect with other animal lovers on the Pet Treater site. How easy. Just go to pettreater.com. This is important. Use the coupon code OBEHAVE. And guess what? You're going to get 50% off the first month of your subscription. Go to pettreater.com and use the coupon code OBEHAVE, and you're going to save ka-ching! Well, that's it for me. Kona's looking at me in the Pet Treater box. She wants to dive into some of these goodies. Pause up.
Let's talk pets.
Let's talk pets
On Pet Life Radio.
Pet Life Radio.
PetLifeRadio.com.
Hey everybody, this is Jackson Galaxy from Animal Planet's My Cat from Hell, and I'm here with Arden Moore on the wonderful Oh Behave show on Pet Life Radio. Don't miss it.
We're back from the lot. Just checked the paper and we had a record showing at the box. The letterbox, that is. Now back to Oh Behave. Here's Arden.
Welcome back to the O Behave Show on Pet Life Radio. I'm your host, Arden Moore. I love this guy, Sterling TrapKing Davis. He is making a difference. And I got to tell you, I just helped made a modest donation for your trap RV. So
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
I am poor and famous, so I'm doing the best I can, Sterling. But let's get into trap-neuter-return. People think it's kind of a lonely job and that it's by people that, you know, have nothing else to do. But I think it takes a special soul to want to help others that are voiceless.
Right. I always say you don't lose cool points for compassion. And that's something that I really want to push, especially with rescue, because like I was saying earlier, a lot of times rescue is looked at to be just hard work, sad, and it is hard work, and the compassion fatigue and burnout, it can weigh on you. But there are a lot of ways if we work together, and you know, a lot of it comes from what we do or don't say to each other. So there's a lot of ways we can make this fun and something enjoyable as well. I mean, it should, something as selfless as being a voice for the voiceless should be fun. You should have fun with doing something good like that. So that's a lot of what I want to do, is put that out there.
So give us an example of something that would be a upbeat strategy, I guess, to help people understand what TNR is all about.
Well, with TNR, trap-neuter-return, which is the humane alternative to euthanasia or death for stray and feral cats. So in a positive situation, I would go out to an area, speak with an apartment complex or the HOAs, explain what I'm doing, show the trap, show how it works, let them know that I'm going to be spaying, neutering, and vaccinating the cats in their area. And this will help prevent overpopulation and spreading disease. A good turnout for that is when the people in a community, in a neighborhood, hear me out. The feeders understand, because a lot of times you can come to a neighborhood and say, hey, could you stop feeding these cats? I need them to respond to the food in my traps. And then they're like, no, what are you doing? Is that humane? Are you going to hurt the cats? Yeah. So in a perfect
right.
TNR situation, usually the people hear you out in the beginning when you explain. They cooperate with feeding times or not feeding so that the cats do respond to the food in the traps. And afterwards, they're happy to see the cats come back to the colony, knowing that they won't be overpopulating or spreading disease.
Okay. Now, you got a special hidden superpower, rap. I know I'm sort of putting you on the spot. Do you have a little rap about cats? You can do a little something like a little line or a lyric?
Well, I did.
It is radio.
It is radio. I think when we were at the academy, I started off something with a little rap, something like this. And it's funny because people actually started singing along with the meows in the background. But it was like, it went something like, you can find me on the block, meow. With some Mac and a trap that drop, you know me and the mission don't stop, meow. Snip, snip, ear tip, and some shots.
Meow.
So it was, yeah, right. And it was funny because the crowd started catching on with the meows at the end of what I was saying. So it was funny. Shout out to Julia at the Academy too.
Oh, Julia Gross is awesome. She is great. Hey, I don't know your background growing up. Did you have cats and dogs, or what got you into I love cats?
It was funny because I've always loved cats. I never knew about TNR rescue. I was just always in love with cats, and mainly all animals, but it was always something special with cats. So even growing up, my family wouldn't let me bring cats in as much, but I would be outside playing with them all the time, naming them.
What's the attraction cats have for you?
I don't know. I really don't. For me, I've always felt like I hear a lot of, and I try to break this to the hyper masculinity that comes with saying guys should have dogs and, girls should have cats. I've been explaining to people forever that a lion is a cat and a lion is the king of the jungle. So I don't,
Oh, there you go.
If you want to be a tough guy, I think that fits that scenario too. I've always, I don't know, with dogs, and I don't dislike dogs. Dogs are great. But with a dog, you feed a dog, they probably don't love you and most of everybody. But with a cat, you have to work for it. You got to earn it. If you built that bond with a cat, you're a special person. So I have to say I like that.
I love that too. And speaking of your cats, you did talk a little bit about your first Demita Joe, but you have Captain Patch the cat and Minuet? Or?
Oh my goodness. So a lot of these cats, Captain Patch is actually another amazing Acro Cats cat. He travels with the Acro Cats as well. Him and Demita Joe love each other. Minuet is another, I guess you could say, family member of DJ and Captain Patch and Bowie.
Okay. All right.
And but right before I was talking to you, which is crazy, I have a cat that I rescued that I'm trying my best not to adopt, but I've named her Alanis Musette.
Okay.
Usually when you name them, that's when the foster fail begins. But so I don't know. I may have even another new addition soon.
Wow.
Because she's pulling the heartstrings right now.
Oh, well, I think she has you. I'm trying to think of an Alana Morrison song that I could play on this, but I'm failing miserably. So how can people help you out? So let's talk about, I know your dream would be to travel the world like the late Anthony Bourdain, not with food, but to help educate people about cats. So tell us a little bit about how people can get hold of you and follow you.
Well, right now you can find me on Facebook as Sterling Davis or under the TrapKing Humane Cat Solutions page.
Okay.
You can find me on Instagram at _original_TrapKing.
Okay.
Or also, like you said, the website, www.trapkinghumane.org. And right now, one of the main focuses is I actually live out of my vehicle. My conversion van that I'm in now. And
I'm just glad you're a big dude, a tall, strong dude. I'm glad you're not living in a Volkswagen Beetle. So,
right.
So tell us about this van, because you said before you've been in the military, so you're used to being in small, tight spaces, but come on.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it helps. It definitely helps being in the military, living out of my sea bag and doing music tours and being on the road. It helps. I don't mind this, but the goal has always to be to get a mini RV and be the Anthony Bourdain of cats, where I can travel the world, highlight some other rescues and TNR folks that don't get the same attention, and promote, educate, and assist in TNR. Really just, like I said, the TNR Anthony Bourdain, basically. So I have a campaign going right now that I've been running for a couple weeks for the mini RV, simply because the van that I've been staying out of, I love it to death, but it's been pretty tough. I done put some miles on it, and it's time to go ahead and upgrade. So that's what I've been trying to do to keep the mission going. And thank you to anybody that can help and support.
Well, your GoFundMe, it's there, and it is, you are a nonprofit. So guys, come on, pony up.
Yes.
I mean, kitty up, not pony up.
Kitty
up. Oh my gosh. So when you're not hanging out in neighborhoods at night, praying, you're not going to get in trouble, what do you do for fun? What's a non-cat hobby activity like that you do?
Wait, those exist?
I think so. I've heard a rumor.
Well, I think the non-cat kitty activity, I love stuff like tubing. I was out in Asheville not too long before the quarantine and got to do some hiking and look at the waterfalls, and stuff like that is just amazing to me. So I would have to say music, hiking, camping, things to that degree, but it's just not a whole lot outside of the kitty.
Oh, that's all right. Now, people have talked about the power of music with cats, and how are cats? There's different kind of genres with music, but Are cats rappers? Do cats like?
Oh, I think cats can do it all. I mean, I've seen some cat DJs before. I think Alanis Musette, this cat here that I named, the reason why I gave her that name is because she's little with a huge voice. So, and that kind of reminds me of Alanis. So, yeah, these cats are pretty talented. I think they got some skills. I do.
Well, do you think they like listening to rap music versus punk rock or classical? I mean, when you're rapping, what are the cats doing?
Well, it's some of them depend. Like a lot of the new age rap, Demeter Joe is not into. She's more so old school rap, and she's more so old school rap. Captain Patch is more like classical. He's more of a Sinatra type of guy.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. So it depends. It varies. Like if I turn up the music too loud and it's a little too new age bebop stuff, Demeter's like, I'm out of here. I'm getting out of here.
Mic drop. Yeah.
Right.
Did you ever imagine? I mean, you started humbly. You were cleaning litter boxes at a shelter, right?
Oh yeah. And that was just to do something in between music tours. I was going to go back on music tour. I never would have thought, as much as I love cats and animals, if you would have told me years ago that I wouldn't have been on a music tour, that I would be living out of my vehicle and this big TNR cat rescue advocate guy, I wouldn't have saw that coming. I probably would have known that, I'll always have cats, but I didn't know that this would be it, but I love it. I mean, you could stand on stage and look cool and sound cool, but what I'm doing right now is something that I believe could really make a difference in the world. I love it. I'm happy.
I can feel it. You're almost purring, Sterling.
I feel like I am. My face is hurting because I'm smiling too much. When you just cheese and your jaws are like, okay, stop smiling.
No. Don't stop. But what would be a couple things you think cats have taught you to be a better person?
I think it's the compassion and then the compassion and dedication. One of the things that have amazed me, and I talk about this a lot, is when I did some bottle baby fosters and just everything you have to do every 2 hours, mixing the KMR and, stimulating the little butts and everything. And I'm sitting here and I'm thinking, like, a mother cat does all of this with no thumbs.
Wow.
Like, that is amazing. The compassion, the dedication, the care, the detail, everything that she's doing. And I'm sitting here with thumbs and I'm having a hard time doing everything that she's going to do on her own without thumbs. And that makes you think, like, look at these. I mean, if they can do that, I think we could be a little more compassionate, a little more dedicated when it comes to community cat care and rescue. And that's something that I've learned, that when I see that mama kitty is dedicated and she's compassionate. She cares. She'll do a lot for them kittens. And, I feel the same way. It's a beautiful thing. Every time I see a mom and her kittens, it's like, oh, waterworks. Don't do it. It's beautiful to see it. We need compassion like that in the world today. So I love that. Do.
So if somebody sees a cat in the neighborhood, and I actually take care of Baxter and One-Eyed Mort. There are a couple of our community cats, and they've got their ears tipped and all that. They have invisible watches. They know when to come to our porch for food, and we have a couple other people too, but we get them with their health checks and we give them with the flea and tick meds and all that. But what's something you could tell people so they can help out without causing more trouble? I guess, it's like they see a stray cat, but there's a story there, isn't there?
Oh, yeah, definitely. And you never know, like, it's different if you see a little kitten. A lot of people will see kittens in the street and they think, okay, I'm just going to pick it up and take it. But you want to make sure that mom isn't around, because a lot of times it's best if she's nursing, he or she is nursing, they need to get back to mom, or mom is probably trying to get to them. And on top of that, you want to look for that ear tip.
Okay.
When you're outside, I mean, the ear tip, and you can see it if you go to my website, you'll see the logo. There's a ear tip on the cat head, and that's to let you know that a cat has been spayed, neutered, and vaccinated. And so
it's the left. It's always the left ear, right? Usually.
Yep, usually left ear. Some people I've seen traveling around, I've seen people do the right ear. I've even seen some people notch the ear, which was different.
Oh, but the way the cut is on the ear, and it's not to hurt the cat, but it's a nice go across the tip. So you definitely know this is a cat that's been trapped, spayed, or neutered and brought back to his community, right?
Right. And that's important, because you don't want to go trapping the same cat and trying to sedated and taken under surgery because that can be dangerous. So the ear tip is very important.
How do you entice a community cat? Come here, kitty. I got a humane trap for you. I got something good in here.
Right.
They're not listening, I promise. So what kind of aromatic food are you putting in there to entice a cat?
I try a bunch of different things. For one, that's the reason why I tell the colony feeders before I come not to feed, so they will be a little hungry and respond to the food in my traps. But Jack mackerel, the fishiest, smelliest stuff is amazing. It is unbelievable. I've also used in situations where I only wanted to trap a cat. I've used silver vine or catnip because that only attracts cats. Everybody that does TNR has probably caught a raccoon or a possum or a skunk. But if you want to solely catch a cat, silver vine and catnip, using that is pretty good because only cats will respond to that stuff.
Oh, so, that's cool.
Yeah, so it's definitely, I use all kinds of baits. Believe it or not, and I wish I recorded this, I've actually caught a cat without food and just a laser light.
Really?
No food. They were running around in a laser light, and I just moved the laser light right inside the trap. They ran in there to get the laser light. Sure enough, bam.
Boom. And wrangling cats with flexible spines and 5 weapons of mass destruction. How come you're not like a shredded mess? How do you make sure you don't get sliced and diced?
Well, you go through it. You do have some moments, but I try to wear protective gear. It's funny because I have this arm guard that looks like something that, it looks like I'm in the band Kiss or something like that when you see the arm guard. So and a lot of people think it's just a fashion statement, which I do think is cool, but it protects that glove and that arm guard. It protects me a lot because I'm right-handed. So when I reach, I'm reaching with that arm guard to try not to get cut up. But you still, doing this, you're still you're gonna have some moments. It's a risk.
They do have flexible spines. Seriously, I know Samantha Martin has the amazing acrocats, but every feline is an amazing acrocat, don't you think?
Yes. They are some amazing acrocats. All of them. I've seen some amazing moves, especially with doing TNR. Like you'll see some. I've seen a couple amazing escapes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. It's I've seen some stuff. I had a cat get out of a trap before.
Really?
Oh yeah. It took me and my buddy Adam, Catman in West Oakland, took us a while, but us and the people from Lux Paws out in LA, we finally got the kitty back.
Was this a kitty Houdini, or how did that cat get out, you think?
It definitely Houdini. I am not sure how that cat got out of that trap. It was pretty amazing. We have a video of it actually on YouTube too, and it was, to this day, I still don't know how that cat got out. I'm just glad we got it back.
So with YouTube, how do they find you? Do they do TrapKing? What do they do to find your YouTube clips?
Oh, yeah. On YouTube as well, TrapKing Humane Solutions.
Okay.
On YouTube, you can find me there. And I have a Patreon account. Just a lot of ways to that you can reach me, that you can support. But then, more importantly, a lot of ways to educate. Like I said, make this thing fun.
All right. Hey, guys, we've been talking to Sterling TrapKing Davis. His dream is going to happen if we all help him, and that's to be the Anthony Bourdain of cats. He is on a mission to help community cats with the safe trap-neuter-return and educate all of us. And I love you. And Rusty is right next to me, been listening to the show. Rusty's in the house.
Rusty,
he's
that's
like,
my dude.
He goes, I miss that fuzzy beard. Arden, why don't you go through menopause and just see if it'll happen? But he loves.
I miss that little dude.
Well, if you're ever in Dallas, you're most welcome to come by and meet the furry Brady Bunch, because I love Rusty. He is a gift. He really is. And I thank you and Samantha Martin for all that you did to get him healthy. And now he's a good boy. I love him. So I just wanted to tell you thank you, because I really do appreciate that.
Thank you. I love that he has a great home right now. That's what matters.
All right, guys. Want you to check him out. TrapKingHumane.org. This is your homework, guys. Check him out on YouTube and Facebook and Instagram. He's the real deal, and he's helping cats. And I also want to do a shout out to my producer, Mark Winter. He is the Wizard of Paws. He is the executive director of Pet Life Radio, the world's largest pet radio network. Ah, ha, ha, ha! Take that, bragging rights. And I also hope you guys would check me out at ardenmoore.com and Pet First Aid for You. I host Meowie Hour every Wednesday on the CFA website. It's Facebook or Zoom. Just go to, just Google Meowie Hour. And Rusty and Casey are my co-presenters and hosts. Until next time, guys, this is your flea-free host, Arden Moore, delivering just 2 words to all you 2, 3, and 4-leggers out there. Oh, behave.
Coast to coast and around the world, it's Oh Behave with Arden Moore. Find out why cats and dogs do the things they do and get the latest buzz from wagging tongues and tails in Rin Tin Tinseltown. From famous pet experts and best-selling authors to television and movie stars, you'll get great tail-wagging pet tips and have a fur-flying fun time. All Behave with America's pet edutainer, Arden Moore. Every week on demand, only on PetLifeRadio.com.